This is Runner Perspectives by SatisFacts. I'm Carla Alicea. In early 2024, the SatisFacts education and research team conducted a qualitative study to better understand the experiences and perceptions of market rate renters as they considered online reviews during their most recent apartment search.
What I was looking for with reviews was talking about security. After I found a building that was secure and that I felt safe and that there's good enough security for, then the factors outside of that were price.
Once I've narrowed it down, I have kind of like, I guess a short list would be the best way to put it. I'll make kind of a short list mentally, and on that short list, it's like, okay, well, we have this. Now, then I start looking more into it, and that's when I actually will hit the reviews. What I'm not okay with is like, if someone's reporting an issue, they're like, oh, we had a bug issue. Well, I'm not going to live in a place where they don't take care of bug issues. Our air conditioner went out and didn't get fixed for 2 weeks. I'm not going to live like that.
As the popularity of online reviews has grown, so is the problem of fraudulent reviews and biased review cultivation practices. Most notably in competitive markets, the pressure has intensified for top placement on Google Maps, with reviews being leveraged as an SEO tactic. This has led to tremendous pressure on field teams to generate more and more 4- and 5-star reviews. It's this pressure that can lead to fraudulent activities or worse.
I don't think any place is so perfect that you get above a 4.5 easily. And I don't think any place is so horrible that you get below a 2 easily. But I can see fraudulent reviews pulling them down, probably more likely with the good one.
Look at the reviews online. If you notice any trends and red flags that people are pointing out, they are probably true.
Because it's impossible for any place, no matter how good you think the apartment is, to have only positive reviews. The negative ones will really help you make that deciding decision.
As runners search for the truth in an ever-growing sea of dishonesty, how are they navigating these waters? Runners told us what online reviews really mean to them and how they sift through the noise in search of the truth.
Because I don't want to just look at their reviews that they decide to post. I also take it a step further and I go on Google, I search the specific apartment that I'm interested in, and then I will read the reviews on Google and other platforms as well.
Especially when it has to do with management, I look to see at how management responds to those reviews. And it's oftentimes those responses that tell me everything I need to know.
I did try to seek further clarification. I think it was something about parking and guest parking. So I spoke to someone who I know has a friend living in this particular apartment. Once I'm happy with the place and the reviews, I'm going to go in and take a look for myself. And then if I need to address a couple of things, I will go beyond to ensure the credibility by speaking to someone who's had the experience that I'm looking for.
So I went to tours for different apartments, and on that you can kind of walk around the building, get a sense of the quality of the building just by being there, seeing other tenants, and you can also just ask the management pointed questions like, hey, I saw this or that on the review, and just see how they respond to it.
Runners told us what they think about the reliability of positive reviews versus negative reviews.
I generally expect that negative is going to outweigh positive when it comes to apartment rental.
Negative reviews will only deter me if everyone's being negative. If I'm willing to look at like a 3 or even a 2.5 star place, I'm not willing to look below that. Now, I will say that I read the negative reviews more often than the positive reviews. I don't necessarily need to read a 5-star review of a place that's 1 line long. I'd rather read the negative review that was like 4 paragraphs.
If it's a couple of random different negative issues that seem more like personal and not across the board, I do consider that as well.
I usually read the 1-star reviews, and if I notice any themes among negative reviews, I probably weight those themes the most, because that usually points to repeated behavior on behalf of management that I might want to avoid.
Renters also shared what aspects of online reviews they find most suspicious and which reviews they find most valuable.
If it's something simple like great apartment complex, love it. You can't really go into details with what do they love, what do they not like. I just don't see too many people leaving fake fraudulent reviews for an apartment complex unless, they're part of some type of a commission program.
I think a fraudulent one would be the same kind that I would ignore. Those are those reviews that are like, this is all good, bam. A 5-star review, everything was great, never had any problems. I don't believe that. If I see multiples that are just like, this is great, this place is great, and they're all kind of the same thing, that kind of sets off a thing, though.
I guess be able to have a kind of a verification check, like we've verified that this person lived in this building, or we've seen a copy of their lease.
I think if the vetting process was clearly outlined, like with our vetting process, we contact reviewers and make sure that they're actual people.
Maybe if there was some sort of account verification that the review website can do to promote a high level of confidence that the reviews that they're displaying on their site are verified accounts, verified people.
After listening to Renner stories, we used the latest technology to conduct a qualitative analysis. Through that analysis, we identified 6 key findings and developed 5 recommendations for multifamily organizations to limit their reputational risk. To learn more about our findings and recommendations, download the full Reputation Risk Management Report at SatisFacts.com/research findings.